Canadians, Americans, members of the Commonwealth, and patriots the world over. Welcome to the show that tells you what they won't, exposing the fake news, conspiracies, and corruption within institutions that govern our lives, and red-pilling the nations one fact at a time. It's Weathering the Storm with your host, Canada's Red Pill, Billy Joyce. Hey folks, and welcome to another show. My goodness. Although all the politicians are saying that the Convoy has no effect on policies and nothing is influencing, well, it looks like the Liberal Party may very well be falling apart. And the title of the video is Quebecers or Canadians allow, or 6 to 10-year-olds jailed, well, they were jailed, I guess, put in windowless rooms for up to 10 days. Joel Lightbound. What a name for this guy. Because, of course, this is a battle between light and darkness, right? And how nice is it that the first Liberal member of Parliament to speak out against Justin Trudeau's dictatorial ways would be a gentleman by the name of Joel Lightbound. Indeed, Joel, you're probably bound for the light for finally speaking the truth and telling the world exactly what the Liberals are all about and exactly what François Legault in Quebec is all about. The title of the video, when Joel... See, I was going to try to be happy. Here's a little bit of what Joel Lightbound said is going on in Quebec, Canada, in 2022.
I've heard from fellow Quebecers appalled that in Quebec, in January 2022, we have locked up kids aged 6 to 10 years old for up to 10 days in windowless rooms. Kids who tested negative, who had no symptoms, who had been in contact with someone, though, who had the virus. So let me repeat.
In Quebec, in 2022, we locked up kids aged 6 to 10 for up to 10 days in windowless rooms.
Let that sink in. Let that sink in.
And if that's not enough to infuriate you, I'm going to show you a few more clips. I'm going to show you a clip because, of course, everyone is painting the protest. The media is trying to paint this protest in Ottawa as a hell on earth, when in reality it's the biggest love fest. It's the first time I've seen Nova Scotians and Quebecers and Albertans and people from Saskatchewan, and white people and black people and Muslims and Christians and First Nations, men, women, their children, dancing in the streets, playing on haystacks, playing in bouncy castles. And we've got politicians out there calling it an insurrection. The only damn insurrection going on in this country, ladies and gentlemen, is by the likes of Justin Trudeau. It's by the likes of Tim Houston. It's by the likes of Robert Strang. It's by the likes of Trevor Boudreau, the member of the Legislative Assembly for Richmond County. It's by the likes of Mike Kellaway, the member of Parliament for Cape Breton, Canso. The likes of Daryl Sampson, the member of Parliament for Sackville-Chesapeake. The likes of Bill Blair, the likes of Theresa Tam. They're the problem. They're the cancer.
Gens qui sont farouchement opposés à la vaccination,
Qui sont extrémistes.
qui croient pas dans la science, qui sont souvent misogynes, souvent racistes aussi. C'est
Here, it's a beautiful place and it's very safe.
Very peaceful, no problems.
So much love.
So much
Unity.
love and unity. Yeah, we're here supporting the truckers who in turn are helping our kids so we can get back to living normal lives.
And the mandates.
Un petit groupe, mais qui prend de la place. Et là, il faut faire un choix en tant que leader, en tant que pays. Est-ce qu'on tolère ces gens-là ou est-ce qu'on dit, ben, voyons.
In Quebec, in 2022, we locked up kids aged 6 to 10 for up to 10 days in windowless rooms.
Let that sink in. Let that sink in.
And this convoy is peaceful. No one wants to overthrow the government. People want the government to admit to what they've done. People want the government to be accountable for the tyrannical measures they've taken and the division they've caused in this great country. That's what people want. An end to the mandates. An end to the division. You got 10,000 truckers. You got 10,000 people in Ottawa for 14 days. No mention of outbreaks.
I changed my mailing address, 195 Bank Street. No violence, hugs, no masks here. And the thing is, if we listen to the government, if what the government's telling us is true, and we're all gonna die in the next 2 weeks. There's thousands. There's been millions of people. Dead. We should be dead already. 2 weeks ago, though, I don't know. Been isolating out here on 195 Bank Street, and a million people come through the fucking downtown. And pardon my language. And I haven't caught nothing. I haven't felt sick. We live in Canada, not Florida, man. You're gonna have a runny nose. You might have achy bones if it's -30 out, achy, muscles. But man, we're not sick out here. I'm, immune. If it was such a thing, if it was about public health, about our safety, when did the news or the government ever tell us to stay with your vitamins, get your exercise, go out in the sunshine, get a healthy, diet and good exercise? They don't care. They don't want you taking care of yourself. They said stay home, go to McDonald's. We're going to shut down the gyms, but go to McDonald's and make sure you're eating this junk food, supporting the high corporations. And I couldn't go to the corner store that's been open, for 40 years, privately owned, because they got a, whatever it is, 500 square feet building. They wouldn't even allow 5 people in. There's probably 5 customers an hour in there. They were closed down. But yet Walmart, with 250 or 2,500 people are allowed into the store because their square footage is over whatever, 2,000, 5,000 square feet. But when you go up to the cash register and you're waiting in line, what do you think the square footage is there? When there's 25, 50 people waiting at the self-checkout and there's only 10 registers. Where's the square footage there? It's terrible.
No mention of hospitals filled with COVID-19 patients because the dirty unvaccinated people gave it to everyone. None of that. The whole thing's a scam. I'm done. We've added up to here. And we got to turn around and watch senior citizens in the streets of Quebec be manhandled for beeping a freaking horn?
What's going on?
What did he do wrong?
Not of your fucking concern, man. What do you mean? I don't care about vaccines. Where are you going? Hey, where are you going?
You don't have to answer that.
Okay, you got your license in the truck?
You don't have to answer his question, sir. You don't have to answer his question, sir.
He does have to.
No, he
You
doesn't.
want comments? Film me from the sidewalk.
Fuck
You want comments? Film me from the sidewalk.
Yeah.
You're too many
Yes, I know. You're abusing old men.
You swung at me.
That you're not a Canadian.
If I swung at you, it's on film, so you're fine. Driver's license.
tooted the horn.
Yeah.
Come and hit me.
Yeah, it's called
That
communism.
is why you're pulled
It's
over.
called communism.
Driver's license.
It's communism. You don't have to show anything. You didn't do anything wrong.
I know I have.
You have the right of freedom of choice. You have the right to beep your horn or whatever. Why are you doing this?
Because it's an offense.
Of
It's
what?
an offense to beep your noise.
No, it is not an offense since
It is.
when?
Tell me it's not. I have it written down that it is. It's actually an
So
offense.
you're
right?
standing with your lying government? Your lying cop?
Driver's license.
He's right.
Broken.
Do you know that your superior is a liar and he went on the media lying to the Canadian people? Now you're
Call
doing
the police,
this?
Have me fired. Have me
What's your
fired.
name and badge number?
192 Jones.
Jones.
There. You have everything you need to have me fired.
Yeah,
for
look at
abusing
what
my
they're doing to an
authority.
old man. That's a citizen of Canada.
Shoot at the horn, you pissed off.
That's right.
That's
So
exactly
is everybody who lives here.
I can be a
Doesn't matter.
them?
This is the capital of Canada. Drop your mandates. Stand down.
I don't have
You're not doing your job. You're representing hate. You're a terrorist.
That's the bank card.
You're a terrorist.
Driver's license.
I don't know why the fuck you
You're representing hate. No.
Driver's license.
You're representing hate.
Call your lawyer.
You'd be really in
Call your
trouble.
lawyer. I don't
Then
care.
you have
Give
to
me your
tuck
driver's
up your
license,
throat.
insurance, registration.
You have to tuck up the fiddle for this. Maybe you're on this type, but I mean,
Focus.
Because I should have wanted that guy because he got flack.
That's
You
right.
told me all
He's
that.
a supporter for Canadian freedom.
You're not even opposed.
Who cares?
You shouldn't have
They shouldn't live in the capital of Canada then. They better leave. Because until the mandates are ended, this is not going to stop.
It's on your license.
Stop harassing old men. You don't have to show them anything. It's against the law. You just
Fuck you. I'm not
You're under
gonna.
arrest.
for what? Hey,
Under arrest.
what are you doing?
Failing to ID.
Hey, that's assault. I've got it all on video.
You failed to ID.
Yeah, he failed to ID.
Get back.
Hey!
Get back. Get back.
We're back. We're filming. We're doing our part.
Get back.
It's all on video. No, don't say anything. Don't say anything.
You know what a goof is? You know what a goof
You're a
is?
fucking goof.
Hey, Rich, stand down. Stand down. Stand down. Rich, no, it's peaceful. No, let them do.
Attack me, you fucking goof. Fucking not doing shit. Touch me, punk ass.
This is going right to the media. YouTube. What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number?
Yeah, you're assaulting.
Look, they're hurting an old man, a Canadian citizen. It's communism. This is communism. He's scared.
Your fucking guns.
Communist.
You stand with the communist fucking government.
Call your police chief. He'll back you up.
Call the police.
Call your police chief.
Fucking arresting citizens. Sir,
Arrested an old man. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you.
These yuppies in Ottawa need to understand that there are millions, not a couple thousand, millions of Canadians that have been suffering through this whole pandemic. The unvaccinated have been treated like second-class citizens. We've been called white supremacists. We've had counter-protesters hold up signs and say, "We want you sterilized." And still we're going to keep it peaceful. And still we're going to give hugs. And still we're going to sing songs. And still we're going to pray. And we're going to pray. And we're going to pray. And we're going to pray some more until every stitch of evil is removed from the Houses of Parliament. And the only thing I can say is anyone, okay, people talk about Pierre Poilievre. Listen, all of them, I'll do videos on it in the future. All of them are in bed together. You want to look up Canada 2020. Okay? You want to go look up Canada 2020 and go see Canada 2020 and find out for yourselves how the Conservatives and the Liberals in Canada, along with the NDP and the Green Party, all like to hang out at this thing called Canada 2020 and then go look at the invited guests. Michelle Rempel was a student of Klaus Schwab. She's a protege of the World Economic Forum. Rona Ambrose, her name is in the book The Mistress of the Revels. Go look it up. In Nova Scotia, we have a so-called conservative government. How conservative are they? In Toronto, they have a so-called, in Ontario, Doug Ford, so-called conservative. Are we going to keep being idiots and keep voting the same two parties? The same two parties that were both responsible for the residential schools. When I hear people say the government would never do anything to hurt you, really? Tell that to the many First Nations members that were sent off to residential schools and treated like animals. Every child matters. You got First Nation chiefs that are in bed with every single level of politician. And you've got First Nations people that don't have drinking water on their reserves. The charade is over. Turn off the TV. Okay? The OPP, some members of the OPP, the brass in the OPP, the RCMP, the government, they're all going to be exposed. Which side of history do you want to be on? Do you want to be on the side of history of bounce-oramas and bouncy castles and hayrides and love and barbecues and wood-fired pizzas and people from every province dancing and loving each other and high-fiving, and it's a love fest? It's like Woodstock in minus 25-degree weather. And the government wants to stomp on that, eh? Well, I guess they haven't heard. I guess they haven't been listening. Yeah, some of them bent over a little bit. It's not enough. It's not going to be enough. They thought Ottawa was bad. Look what's happening in Coutts, Alberta. They can't do a thing about it. Look what's happening in Windsor. Can't do a thing about it. Look what's happening in Manitoba now. Can't do a thing about it. So, wrap your minds around the images you're about to see. Okay, old men getting manhandled by police. Guys getting set up, it seems. Being entrapped almost by the police.
I'm just walking up around the corner because this guy's got buddy stopped. I don't know why. I'm gonna find out why here in a minute. So what's going on anyway? They stop you? Like you've been here for 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Have they said anything to you or anything?
Talking about my flags and saying that I turned around over there. But I said, but there's a gate. That's why I turned around. I said, he said, did you have your phone in your hands? I said, no. I said, I was just like doing like that to everyone who was giving me fucking fingers. Like three cops went beside him to talk to him.
And they haven't let you go yet?
No.
20 minutes for all of that. And he's just sitting in his car. Calling. Oh, they'll probably get like 30 or 40 people around you. I don't know. I'm going to stay around just to see what happens. Keep videotaping it.
Yeah.
Because we got to stick together.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I'm just going to hang back and see what happens.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, no problem. So we'll just see what happens here. Why the police haven't stopped. They're not even going to let him go. They're just like... Yeah, I don't know. I could go over and ask him. I'm sure a bunch of us are going to get arrested today sometime. Yeah, we're trying to get something going, but we'll see. I'm not going to be able to do too much more lately. I've used 90% of my data. Oh, look, there's another cop car stopping. Oh, they got to give him assistance because there's only one person in the truck, you know? Like, he's dangerous. Well, yep. Yeah, here we go. We got him surrounded. Yeah. I wonder what's going to happen now. Oh, look. They're backing right up to his truck. Wow.
What are you doing?
You're backing right into his car.
What are you doing?
No, you ran into his truck. He's not doing anything wrong. You gotta be joking. Hey! What do you think you're doing?
You're being watched.
Holy freak, guys! There's no need of that violence. You guys are violent. You guys are the ones who are violent, not us. He did nothing wrong. You guys are going to be on video, viral. You guys will know. The world is going to know.
That's only because he's got the Trudeau finger too. That's why they're bugging him. Why did they pull in the first place? They were done with him.
You really needed another officer? You couldn't have handled one. He wasn't even saying nothing to you. He wasn't even. Oh my God.
Totalitarian government. That's not it. Why is on this angle? I thought you were running. No, you didn't.
Yes, you did. I thought you were running into him.
You're going to be arrested for obstruction.
Why?
I don't want you to get hit by a car.
I'm not going to get hit by a car. I'm not in the middle of traffic.
You're in a lane that the police are occupying.
I am not in the lane. He did nothing. I've been here for 5 minutes, and he's done nothing.
Ottawa, our capital. Welcome to Ottawa's police, our capital. We should be ashamed, not just them. We should be ashamed.
I can't believe you guys. Like, seriously. He did nothing wrong. You were backing into his freaking truck. I've got it on video. Oh, got another vehicle for one person. Hey, buddy, what's your name? What are you arresting him for?
What's your name?
Really? Oh, really?
Because this is not your business.
It is our business.
Stop. There's expectation of privacy.
Oh, Holy Hannah. Why is he being arrested? We got your back. I'm sending this to the organizers.
This is what happens when you stand up for your rights. You get tackled by the police.
A violent takedown of a senior citizen who attempted to enter this restaurant without presenting his vaccine passport.
I've got some bruising or cracked ribs.
67-year-old Vancouver resident Drew Trubitz said that his intention was to stand outside the restaurant to protest medical segregation policies.
You guys should be ashamed of yourselves, honestly.
But the police say they were flagged down by staff for a group of men who refused to display their vaccine passport upon entry.
The officer did not approach and say, "Excuse me, sir, can I ask you to step outside?" If he had done that, Drew would have definitely stepped outside, right? And talked with him. No, like I said, I was there, and I it was more out of the corner of my eye. I was on see this commotion. I turned to look, and the officer has tackled Drew to the ground.
Police officer who came and tackled somebody.
In the video, allegedly a restaurant employee was caught kneeling on the already restrained man's legs.
My knee was put out a joint or something, so I got multiple injuries for sure.
Because he's here for his own rights.
The police alleges that Drew physically resisted staff.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, you nuts? What? What's wrong with you? What back off? This is a clergyman.
Get out of the
What's wrong with you?
You guys are the
This
ones
is a
playing
clergyman.
games.
Do you understand that? This is a clergyman.
Oh, look at
You
this.
freaking Nazis.
Yeah, you're going to be under arrest.
Okay? What? This is a clergyman. This is a clergyman. Treat him with respect, you freaking Nazis. What? You freaking Nazis.
Okay, we're going to give you a chance here, Arthur.
What's wrong with you?
Why don't you stand up for us, Arthur? Or do you want us to drag you?
Nazis.
You don't want to
People
stand up?
starting to hate your guts. You know that? You know that? They starting to hate you.
Okay, let's go, guys.
And they're turning
Grab his
against you,
legs.
you freaking Nazis. That's what you are. What are you doing to the clergymen in this country? Who are you aiding? Who are you aiding, man? You criminal! You criminal!
I guess they don't understand the resolve of hard-working Canadians. The CBC has stooped so low that, okay, remember now, this is the same CBC that was applauding the removal of gas cans, right? Woohoo! So then when the removal of gas cans didn't work because the people of Ottawa showed up in droves with gas cans, and you just couldn't arrest 500 citizens of Ottawa walking up the street with gas cans. Some of them were trolling the cops. They had Kool-Aid or water. So what, are cops going to go around and start sniffing gas all night? Yeah, that sounds safe. But CBC was applauding that. And then 2 nights later, when that doesn't work, what do they try to do? They try to demonize the truckers by saying that there are children with them and that the children aren't well taken care of and maybe Child Protective Services should get involved.
As police try to crack down on the fuel keeping this protest going, some demonstrators are resorting to open defiance, distracting officers by carrying empty jerry cans or some full of water, or using them as props.
It's our new fashion statement. It's my new purse.
But others are still carrying the real thing.
There's no bylaw that says they are legally allowed to seize any fuel. We have rights to be fed and kept warm. We have people that have children in their trucks.
Police believe children are living in about a quarter of the remaining trucks, and that's hampering their response. They're working with the Children's Aid Society.
It's something that concerns us for the well-being of everyone within the area, from the risk of carbon monoxide and fumes.
Beautiful family in here. It's been a long, cold day, but you guys are warm in here, which is nice. Hey, what are you guys doing here? You know, there's been a lot has been going around from different media outlets, even different political leaders are pushing a narrative that's saying race baiting. There's, in fact, there's a lot of name calling, even white supremacy. What has been your take on this whole convoy?
Not a single sign, not a single guy I met here with racism or something like that, or white supremacy.
Yeah.
It's all about everybody's hugging, kissing. Look at that money here. Everybody's doing that and gifts and everything.
Yes.
I didn't met anybody. Maybe Trudeau met inside his house somebody maybe.
Oh, I love it. It's all Canadians coming together to be peaceful and to champion the cause for us.
This is the first time I feel proud to be a Canadian.
Hey, that's amazing. I'm so glad. Well, you know, I'm so thankful that you guys took some time. I appreciate it. Your time is valuable.
Thank you.
And we're going to make your voice heard.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
They're working with the Children's Aid Society.
It's something that concerns us for the well-being of everyone within the area, from the risk of carbon monoxide and fumes.
Did you hear the statement that I
said? So
that's what I'm curious.
So you're saying that my teenagers are threatened for being in Ottawa? Is that what you're telling me? Answer my question.
You heard the statement.
We've all answered questions. You answer mine. Are my children in danger from?
Children's Aid Society.
Are my children in danger for being in Ottawa?
Well, it sounds, from what my understanding of the Children's Aid Society, and they
are my children in danger for being in Ottawa right now? Tell me yes or no.
What do you mean by in danger?
You tell me. You're coming here trying to say that children are in danger.
Children's Aid Society is getting involved.
You got the inside scoop because you guys are the messenger for the devil. You tell me right now, are my kids in danger for being here? Should I send them on the first train out of town? Well, tell me now.
It sounds like the Children's Aid Society is saying that.
So you're saying that my kids are going to get hurt?
I'm not saying anything. I don't.
Well,
all I'm saying is that they put out the statement, and I'm looking for your reaction.
So you're telling me now that I should be getting my kids out of town?
No,
Because they're going to get hurt.
anything. I'm not
The
telling you
OCMP's going to come in here and do what to my kids?
What to do.
What are they going to do?
All I did was read
Because
the
you don't give a
statement.
shit about nobody. All you care about is your
No,
paycheck.
because I'm
You
here
sold
to
your soul a
document
long
what's
time ago.
happening in the city
You
of
sold
Ottawa.
your soul a long time ago, and you sold your soul a long time ago.
I'm here to.
You work for the devil. That's who you work for. That's who you work for. That's your boss.
I'm here to talk about the state.
And I'm telling you, are my kids in danger in this city right now?
I don't know the future. Like, I don't know. I mean, all I can tell you
Well,
is
then
that
why are you coming here trying to act like you're concerned about kids?
I'm here to document.
I have
the
two
fact that they put
teenagers
out
here that
this-
are in my car. Are they in danger? Yes or no?
I don't.
Yes
I
or
don't-
no?
I don't know what the future brings. I
Go
don't.
fuck yourself then.
I'm telling you. Okay. All right.
Are you guys going to air this, or are you going to chop it all up?
But one Liberal MP broke with his party, saying those who disagree with Ottawa should not be demonized.
They're worried that measures which ought to be exceptional and limited in time are being normalized with no end in sight.
I can understand frustrations with mandates, but mandates are the way to avoid further restrictions.
I've heard from fellow Quebecers appalled that in Quebec, in January 2022, we have locked up kids aged 6 to 10 years old for up to 10 days in windowless rooms. Kids who tested negative, who had no symptoms, who had been in contact with someone, though, who had the virus. So let me repeat.
In Quebec, in 2022, we locked up kids aged 6 to 10 for up to 10 days in windowless rooms.
Let that sink in. Let that sink in.
How low can you sink? So now you're admitting there are kids in the trucks, but you were applauding taking away their gas so they might freeze to death. When people doubt the fact that we're in a spiritual war, what kind of evil monsters support the locking up of 6 to 10-year-olds in windowless rooms, the roughing up of senior citizens because they beep their horns, arresting people because they want to put gas in their trucks to keep their families fed, trying to get child protective services to go pick up kids from their mothers and fathers? Some of these people are in Ottawa in their trucks. It's the last thing they own. Some of them have $5 in their pockets.
Gens qui sont farouchement opposés à la vaccination, qui sont extrémistes, qui croient pas dans la science, qui sont souvent misogynes, souvent racistes aussi. C'est
Here, it's a beautiful place and it's very safe.
Very peaceful, no problems.
So much love.
So much
Unity.
love and unity. Yeah, we're here supporting the truckers who in turn are helping our kids so we can get back to living normal lives.
And the mandates.
Un petit groupe, mais qui prend de la place. Et là, il faut faire un choix en tant que leader, en tant que pays. Est-ce qu'on tolère ces gens-là ou est-ce qu'on dit, ben, voyons.
In Quebec, in 2022, we locked up kids aged 6 to 10 for up to 10 days in windowless rooms.
Let that sink in. Let that sink in.
And yuppies in Ottawa are complaining they haven't slept in 5 nights? I'm done now. If you enjoyed this video, you may want to take a look at other videos you find on this page. Don't forget, if you like it, push the subscribe button under this video, and feel free to like and share with all your friends. Follow me on Twitter by following the link on this page. If you want to interact, feel free to post a comment, but please, no obscenities. Thanks for watching. Billy Joyce signing off and reminding you that I'm here to help you weather the storm.